Avengers Endgame Rant, Part 2. Let's do this shit. Okay, if they had to go back to around this time to get the Reality Stone, why not just go to where it was underground in the first place? Like, have Rocket or Thor, like, pick the damn thing up and then the other just inject them with the thingy? I don't remember if, like, Thor knew where the thing was. I don't know, because freaking I don't even remember Thor the Dark World that well. It's just like, another thing about this scene is that Thor starts having an emotional breakdown and then Rocket just bitch slaps him. Just like, this man is like seeing his mother who died several years ago, again, walking around alive. Just, yeah, Rocket, you're being kind of a dick here. It's just like, I get it, Rocket is a dick, but he was sympathetic towards Thor in Infinity War. Like, he came to Thor, like, seeing him, like, struggling and came and talked to him. Like, Rocket developed, and now he's just back to being an asshole to Thor when Thor is at his worst. But why, though? This is Thor. A blubbering baby. This is Thor. This is what has become of the God of Thunder. He's a joke. Oh yeah, and I completely forgot to mention during our planning phase, yeah, during this time period, my father is out here looking for the Infinity Stones too. Oh, and my past self. That too. I'm sure that won't be relevant in any way, shape, or form. Oh, well, that's awfully nice of Scott, using up Pym particles that they could be using for the time travel heist instead of him using it to shrink. That's awful nice of him to be helping. Oh yeah, Tony's getting his priorities straight. Rather than just getting to the alley, Tony's gonna start dicking around in the past, rather than the one shot that they have, quote unquote, the one shot that they have to fix this mess. And Tony's just dicking around. Thanks, Tony. Thanks. Getting your priorities straight, alright? Changing the past doesn't change the future. Except when it will. Watch Loki on Disney+. What is this we business, Stark? You're the one who blew it in this scenario. Oh, yay, it's my favorite scene in the movie, where Captain America from the past has his helmet, even though in Avengers 1 he clearly lost it in the heat of battle. Yay! I absolutely fucking hate this scene, and I want to tell you guys why. Because, first of all, Captain America is my favorite Avenger, and this scene just chooses to make him a joke. First of all, he gets his ass handed to him by his past self. How? Captain America from the future is more experienced, and if you're gonna tell me, oh, it's been 5 years, Cap stopped hero work. Fuck that. Captain America quitting hero work? Are you kidding me? Captain freaking America quitting hero work. No, that is not Captain America. He would not do that. He would not abandon his post. And also, this takes one of Captain America's most iconic lines, I can do this all day, and turns it into a joke. Captain America from the past kicks his future self to the ground, who he thinks is Loki, kicks him down, and just think of the context every time Captain America has said, I can do this all day previously. That's when Cap has been the one getting his ass handed to him. When Cap is on the ropes. When he's getting his ass beat, he stands back up and says, I can do this all day. This is one of Cap's most defining character traits. He does not quit. He does not give up. Even when the world is screaming for him that he can't, he gets back up and tells himself, yes, I can. This is one of Captain America's most defining character traits, his determination. And they turned it into a joke in this scene. A joke. Why? This is the Russo brothers, the ones who took Winter Soldier and Civil War on. Two of the best films in the entire MCU, and both of them centering around Captain America. And they decided to make him a joke. I I hate this movie so much. Cap suddenly knows how to use Loki's scepter in order to use the Mind Stone to knock his past self out, even though that is not what the Mind Stone did in that movie. It didn't knock people out. It mind controlled them. How the hell did Cap know how to do this? So Nebula from the past and Nebula from the future share the same Wi-Fi password. Now Thanos knows everything. Good writing. So if interacting with your past self doesn't change the future, and even like literally telling people that you're from the future doesn't create a paradox, like altering the course of history, if that doesn't create a paradox, why are the Avengers bothering with the stealth approach? Why are you guys bothering with the whole sneaking around approach if it doesn't matter? Why are you playing this like it's freaking Mission Impossible when you don't even need to bother with stealth? It doesn't matter if you're seen. Just rush in, grab the stone, slap your wrist thingy, get out. That's all you need to do. Everyone fails at who they're supposed to be, Thor. Your previous character development doesn't matter. It means nothing. Just go. Don't worry about it. It is just so funny how you render all of a character's development pointless in just one scene. Isn't that funny? Isn't that just lovely? You know, Thor, I got a friend that you'd probably get along real well with. Her name's Pearl. Her character development meant nothing too. You two would get along great, I'm sure. Some people have tried to defend what was done with Thor in this movie by saying that the message that it sends is a really good message. And the message being your depression doesn't make you any less worthy. Beautiful message. But even as somebody who has dealt with depression personally, I can tell they fucked it up. Because you can't exactly call yourselves like you're sending a positive message about like people with depression when you make that person who's struggling with said depression into a punchline. Like, that's kind of screwing over your message by making the person who's the recipient of that message a joke. Like, that's kind of cruel, honestly. And also, just take a look at how happy Thor is to be able to wield Mjolnir again. Keep that in mind. I'm not done with it yet. Whoo, boy, I've been saving this one for a little minute now. So, for those of you who don't know, I am actually an unironic fan of the character War Machine. Despite how little screen time he gets, he's actually a pretty well-written character and deserves a lot more than he gets. So, watching this movie, I was paying more attention to his character than most normally would. And I just had to point out the fact that this movie went and did my boy dirty and character assassinated him, because throughout the majority of the MCU, Rhodey is like a relatively serious, like, take no bullshit, get shit done and get it done by the book, soldier type mentality kind of guy. Like, he's dependable and he's loyal. In this movie, there is none of that. There's none of that from Rhodey's personality in this movie. All we get from Rhodey in this movie are a bunch of pop culture references and Rhodey being an asshole to everyone. Because that's what Rhodey has become in this movie. A quippy, pop culture referencing asshole. Yeah, let's just spend 30 seconds having Rhodey list off a bunch of, like, time travel movies. Sure, yeah, let's just have Rhodey make a reference to Indiana Jones because all of our comedy relief characters are dead, so we have to make the characters that aren't comedy relief be the comedy relief. It's good writing. It's good writing. Good writing. It's a great movie. Man, ain't that some extremely convenient timing that Nebula from the future, the Nebula that we know, hasn't had any malfunctions up until literally just right now, unlike the one from the past who had it like immediately. That's really convenient, that is. I guess as soon as Hulk he got the time stone, he just fucked right off back to the present. Just forget the rendezvous, he just didn't even bother. Okay, why? Oh, so now you guys think to go and get more Pym particles. Why wasn't that your first move? The Tesseract is alone in a vault in the basement, unguarded. The fucking Tesseract is left unguarded. Are you kidding me right now? Again, the two weakest Avengers are sent off on their own to get the Soul Stone. And also, I'd like to point out that, first of all, Nebula, she just let herself get kidnapped. She had every opportunity to just use the time thing and get out of there, and that would, again, prevent the entire third act from happening. The entire final battle wouldn't exist if Nebula wasn't stupid. And also, I'd like to point out that Nebula, later on when she interacts with Gamora from the past, she says, like, do you want to know how Thanos gets the Soul Stone? Do you want to know what he does to you? It's not concrete, but it's somewhat implying that she knows what happened here. Like, she knows how Thanos got the Soul Stone, and he still sent, they still sent, Natasha and Clint to go get it. Again, just the assassin lady with 2 pistols and stun batons, and the archer and the secret agent archer with a sword and a bow and arrow. Great plan, guys. Great plan. It's just extremely convenient that these 2 characters who share the closest bond out of the Avengers cast got sent here. Convenient, isn't it? It's also extraordinarily convenient that that they even went with this plan to begin with so that Natasha can die. Natasha dies for no reason. The only reason that she dies is because every single main character in this movie is an idiot. And that's just stupid. Just having a character die because every one of your main characters is stupid. It's just like, that's great writing. This is a great movie. This is just fucking, it's the best film in the MCU, guys. This film, just like the emotional resonance of the scene where one of the beloved characters of the cast just dies for no reason. She didn't need to die. She did not need to die at all. She just dies for no reason. It's great. I actually do really like the writing in this scene because it's consistent with both Hawkeye and Black Widow with the things that they say, bringing up their history and just like hinging on their almost like sibling-like relationship. And yeah, I cried in the theater during the scene because I didn't really think about it like critically until like right after I got out of the theater. But yeah, this scene made me cry, really, because I just sort of wanted to take a quick moment to basically give a shout out to somebody very special to me, because this scene, really the reason that I cried is because I definitely felt for Hawkeye just losing Natasha like that, because I have a little sister. She means the world to me, and just seeing Hawkeye go through that, it was like sort of, I don't know, I guess I was kind of projecting, but still, yeah, I have a little sister, so I felt for Hawkeye in that regard, and I just wanted to say, hi sis, I don't even know if you're watching this, but if you are, I just wanted to say that I love you, and by God, you better not be going and trying to jump off any cliffs, otherwise I'm jumping off after you. Again, I like this scene because the camera focuses on the reactions of both Steve and Bruce, 2 people who Natasha shared a rather close relationship with. Like, she had like a semi-romance with Bruce, even if it was brief, and she just developed a brother-sister relationship with Steve. So focusing on both of their reactions upon learning about her death, it makes sense. However, I'm going to have to knock points off again because the reason that she's dead is because all of you were morons. She would be alive right now if the main characters of this movie weren't stupid. She died for no reason, and I feel like my tears were lies. I mean, hey, the time heist is over now, so it looks like I'll probably be able to get through the rest of the movie in this part. Because the final battle is just full of bullshit. Do we know if she had family? Yeah. Us. By the way, go check out Black Widow in theaters whenever that's coming out to see Black Widow's family. Fucking hell, a Black Widow movie is so pointless now. Why didn't she get it sooner? Why? Why didn't she get her own movie sooner than this? Because now she's dead. And it's just like prequel syndrome. Like, why would why make a Black Widow movie now? Why didn't you make it sooner? Why not make a Black Widow movie instead of, I don't know, Captain Marvel, Ant-Man and the Wasp? Maybe? I don't know. Something. Just why? It can't be undone. Why? It can't be undone. Okay, but why? It can't be undone. It's good. It's good writing. So they're sitting here discussing who should be the one to use the gauntlet, right? From their perspective, where is Nebula and what is she doing? Like, she's not present in this scene. What could she be doing elsewhere and why? Like, what excuse did she have to come up with to get away so she could open the portal for Thanos to come through? And also, it's real convenient that Thanos didn't come through sooner, because then Hulk has the gauntlet and he could just snap Thanos and his army right out of existence. Just like, that's pretty convenient timing right there. And also, again, Thor is made a joke in this scene. Thanks, Rhodey, for being an asshole. Because that's definitely what Rhodey would do. Considering everything that Thor has been through, Rhodey would definitely make a Cheese Whiz joke. Because Rhodey would definitely make a Cheese Whiz joke regardless. And yeah, it's great message about, like, dealing with depression. Just make him a fucking punchline. It's great writing. Oh yeah, just bringing back half the universe all at once after 5 years have gone by, because that's totally a safe idea. There were people in airplanes and cars and, like, in the middle of the road, and people that were probably in the middle of the ocean, like on a boat. There were probably people, like, in a workplace, maybe people, like, about to, maybe even people who are in the middle of an accident or something, people in the hospital, like, just a bunch of people that just, like, yeah, let's just bring them all back at once. Yeah, just, like, maybe infant babies just brought back immediately, maybe just, like... And also, I'd like to point out that this movie just makes Thanos' plan fucking stupid. Because he doesn't just kill half of all, like, sapient life. He kills half of all life, period. He kills half of all plant life. He kills half of all animals. He kills half of all fucking bacteria. Are you serious? What happened to preserving resources? You didn't do anything to help Thanos. You just made everything worse. You cut the resources in half and the population. You just made everything worse for everybody. I thought that your method was supposed to work. Now it doesn't even make sense why Thanos has this mentality, because they just decided, oh, no, he's gonna kill half of all life. Because fuck Thanos. We can't have interesting villains who could possibly have something to say that our heroes don't have a direct answer to. Nah, we've got to make him completely wrong. We've got to make it so that his entire moral compass doesn't make any fucking sense, so that we can butcher the one aspect of this really well-written villain that we had in the first place. Because what made Thanos such a good villain? His moral compass. He killed by his design. Or if people stood in his way. The only people in the Infinity War that Thanos goes out of his way to kill are Vision and Gamora, who he needs to kill in order to get 2 Infinity Stones, Heimdall, who was part of half of the Asgardians, that he needed to kill, and Loki, who he was going to kill regardless because Loki failed him, and he also tries to kill Tony because he knows what Tony is capable of, and he's standing in his way. He knows that Tony is very similar to him, cursed with knowledge, so he tries to kill him to make sure he's not a threat. But instead, we have a Thanos who's just like, yeah, I'm gonna kill half of all life, period. Why? Why the hell would you do that? Why the hell would they do this to Thanos? Why would they write him like this? He was such a good villain before. And now they're like, nah, he's gonna kill half of all life to doom the entire universe, and then he's gonna fucking nuke it later. Why? Why did they do this? Again, all of this is happening right now because Nebula was stupid and didn't time travel out when she had the opportunity. Because we need a big final battle. We can't have characters be smart. We can't rewrite. We can't do any of that nonsense. We just gotta go with what we got. We just gotta make them dumb. Because plot. I love it. I love this writing. It's just the best kind of writing. Just making all of your characters stupid to force the plot to go in a certain direction. Rather than making compromises where you have to and rewriting when you need to in order to amend plot holes or mistakes in the story. Nah, fuck it. Just go. Do it. Just ignore all plot holes. Ignore all errors. Just ignore that. Just go. Do it. Ignore character consistency. What's that? What's character consistency? What is that? That's such a foreign word to me. What is it? What is this rewriting that you speak of? What is that? This movie's gonna make $1 billion regardless of what we do, because people are gonna watch it no matter what it is. So fuck it, just go. Good thing that Hawkeye's wife's phone plan's still running, isn't it? Also, it's extremely convenient that the other superheroes waited like 20 or 30 minutes to show up after the snap. That's just real nice of them to wait that long. Ant-Man's dead. Yeah, no, they're dead. If not all of them, most of them are dead. They're just humans, and they just got bombarded by a spaceship. They're dead. They're just straight up dead.